Once a year.
All right, everybody, we're being joined now by Coach Swinney. A couple of quick reminders. Following the conclusion of the press conference, the shot will be available through the Atlantic Coast Conference Media Portal for those looking for TV quality footage and audio. If you will, whenever the time comes to ask questions, please make sure you identify your name and your outlet prior to doing so. But with that, we will turn it over to Coach Swinney for his opening comments. Coach.
All right, thanks, Ross. We're proud of our team. You know, tough game, sloppy in a lot of areas. You know, really came out of the gates pretty good. Got up, I guess, 17-0, and then just a lot of miscues. Some things that really, you know, we've got to clean up. Things we haven't done. You know, we always talk about, let's take care of Clemson. Let's don't lose to Clemson. That means let's control the things that we can control. It's hard enough to win. You don't want to have to make it any tougher. And we just did some dumb things. You know, had some drop balls, some missed throws, a couple of penalties in the red zone. Obviously, gave up the block punt. We just on a very, I mean, it's just about as simple as it gets. So, you know, just some miscues, but really proud of our team for how they responded. I mean, this is a game that a lot of teams would lose, for sure. You know, there are a lot of things in the game that can cost you games. You know, we get them backed up and we let them go right over the top, 80-something yards, you know, I think on third down there. So we just did some bad stuff on really both sides. But both sides responded. You know, when we had to have some drives, we put some really good drives together. I was really proud of the drive right before the half to get points there, coming off the 10. And then we had another big one in the third quarter. And then defensively, you know, just responded and created some huge turnovers. So +3 in the turnover margin. That certainly was the difference in the game for us. And you know, hats off to our guys. I mean, Nolan just continues to be around the ball. Good to see Mike get his pick, and the scoop score was certainly the big play for us. But I love the play by Jalen Phillips. You know, to me, that's what it's all about. They got outside of us on a reverse, and great effort by 25, just getting the kid down, and then coming back and making the pick 2 plays later. So just really a lot of good things that will be good teachable things. And then just some mistake. You know, we snapped the ball. You know, over quarterback's head, got a nice drive going. You know, had way too many negative yards. Obviously had the pick 6 and had right read, right throw. Just, you know, two guys got to make a play right there. And tips are usually picks. And that's what happened, except that was a pick 6. So kind of, again, put ourselves in harm's way with some things that we have not done. But at the end of the day, when you can be a little sloppy and still win a game by 26 points against a team that's fighting you with everything they got, really says a lot about the character of your team and the heart of your team. So, you know, we'll get better. We'll learn from it. We'll keep going back to work, and just proud of our guys. We're 6-0. It's where we wanted to be at this point. It's going to keep on getting tougher as we go. But we're excited about, you know, our progress to this point, and you know, look forward to getting back in on Monday and getting ready for another big challenge next week against a tough BC team. But, you know, again, a lot of good things. It's good to see Travis come back. Ended up with 3 touchdowns, and we didn't have him the whole third quarter. We had a few guys out, a couple guys that we held. Just a kind of a lot of guys banged up. Will Spires, 3 games in a row, he's punted 50-plus yards. So really proud of him. And, you know, Davis Allen with another touchdown. And again, defensively, the turnovers and some of the pressure we were able to create was good to see. So had a big kick return by Lynn J to set up the first score. So there was a lot of good things, but definitely we were really good on third down. You know, good on third down again. We've been a very consistent team on third down. Good in the red zone again today. So lots of positives, but just a lot of precision type things that we've got to, you know, get back in sync this week. Any questions?
Line is open for questions. Hey Dabo, it's Josh from Post and Courier. What was the reason for DK not starting and playing today?
He was just battling an injury. Just, you know, wasn't able to really practice all week. Just sore. Had a little collision on his knee. but he should be fine.
Hey, Coach, it's David Hood. I wrote, a couple of things you can count on: death taxes and Syracuse and Clemson playing a weird game. What is it about Clemson and Syracuse that it seems like these games kind of always happen? And Syracuse manages to play Clemson tough, no matter, as you said earlier this week, what the paper says.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're as I said earlier in the week, it was 10-6 against North Carolina. I think going into the fourth quarter, it was a tight game with Pitt, and they just didn't play well last week. And I knew they would come out. They really, when you watch their other games, and they beat Georgia Tech by 3 touchdowns. So, but when you watch their other games, and then kind of how they played against Liberty, they didn't play well. So I'm sure I knew they were going to really be disappointed in that. Dino's a good coach, and again, give him credit. I mean, but we didn't make it easy. That's for sure. With the type of lead we had, and then all of a sudden you give up two easy plays to give them scores and put our defense in a bad situation. But that's just who they are. They're going to always fight and scratch and claw. Everybody is. I mean, we don't play anybody who's not going to compete and give it all they got against Clemson. That's for sure. So give them credit. I thought they played really hard. Another thing, they're down 17-0. They didn't quit, and they hung in there. So again, I think that speaks volumes to the job that Dino does, and the respect that his team has for him as a coach and their program. And those guys are always going to fight hard, no doubt about it. But again, we won the game by almost 4 touchdowns. So it's a lot of sloppy plays. There's a reason why you play 4 quarters, and that's something we talk about all the time. It's not always going to go perfect. There's going to be some mistakes along the way, but how do you respond? And they don't play. It's not a 3-quarter game. It's not a 2-quarter game. It's a 4-quarter football game. And when it was all said and done, we win by 4 touchdowns, and that our team responded in a very positive way against a team that was fighting them with everything they had, and overcame some mistakes. I mean, we made a lot of mistakes today and just missed some plays that we've made all year. So it was a sloppy win, but I'd rather have a sloppy win than a ugly loss any day of the week. So that's what it's all about. We're 6-0. It ain't easy to win. It's not easy to win. I know a lot of people out there think we're just supposed to show up and just win. Everybody's got good players. Everybody's got good coaches. It's not easy to win. And, again, we had some guys out today. So I was proud. I'm proud of our team. I'm proud of them for responding and handling some adversity. We haven't had much, so that was good to see.
Dabo, this is Gene. Go ahead. Dabo, this is Gene in Charleston. Do you have any concern about your offensive line in the run game?
I do not.
Coaches, Trevor Go ahead, Gene.
Yeah, just, what about the push up the middle today? You don't think it could have been a little better?
Oh, I think we could have done a lot of things better, but they're, a lot of pretty much blitzing us every snap, inside blitz, gut X, fires all the time. That's why we had a lot of little things outside. But yeah, I mean, I didn't think we played great. I'm not saying we played great, but we're 6-0 because we played really well to this point, and there's definitely things that we're going to see on tape that we got to do a better job of for sure. But I just answered your question. I'm not concerned.
Coach, it's Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. Was Skowski in the same boat as DK?
Yeah, Skowski is growing, was a little sore, so we held him too. DK was a little closer, so he dressed, and we were going to hold him if we could. Same thing with Jordan Williams. We had a few guys kind of in that category today, but Skowski was just not able to go at all this week, so we didn't even dress him.
How encouraging was it to see the defense play as well as they did? They gave up a couple big plays, but only allowed 14 points despite all those guys you were missing today.
It was great, and again, we're developing some depth. It's good to see. Jake stepped in there, did a nice job. I'm anxious to watch the tape. I mean, they popped a few runs on us there in the first half. I thought we came out in third quarter and settled in, well, and then again created some turnovers. So a lot of guys really developing for us in a nice way. So good to see that.
Coach Swinney, Rob Gilchrist, WCRS 1450 AM, 98.5 FM in Greenwood. I know you kind of touched base on it in your opening statements, but what does a game like this one say about Clemson as well as Syracuse, and what challenges does Boston College bring to the table? A lot of people see it as a trap game in BC, Syracuse, a lot like Maryland used to be, kind of that game that can kind of jump up and surprise you. And what about the impact ETN made after returning late in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, and and part of the rushing stuff, we had a lot of short fields today. A couple really, really short fields. As a result of some turnovers and things like that. So, but I'm really proud of Trav. He was cramping and was gone most of the third quarter, and I guess he got there right there at the beginning of the fourth quarter. So, for him to come in there and grind out 3 good touchdowns for us was good to see. And every game's a trap game, I guess, if you let it be. We don't look at it that way. Every game to us things are only trap games if you treat them differently. And we treat them all the same. We treat every game as the biggest game of the year, and it's hard to win. And again, so I'm really proud of our team for, we didn't play as clean as we would have liked to have played today. Give them some credit for that. But still, almost 50% on third down, and really, really good in the red zone. Will continues to punt the ball well. Made some big plays, had some big drives when we had to have it, and had some huge turnovers. +3 in the margin. I think we only ended up with 4 penalties. I was disappointed 2 of them were in the red zone, but there was a lot of good things. Just some miscues that we'll have to improve from to get where we want to go, but. It's all about winning today, and we did that. And now we'll get ready for the next one, and we'll put everything we got into it. And we don't look back, we don't look ahead. It's everything focused on what's directly in front of us. And so getting back to work Monday, have a great week of prep, and BC will be another tough challenge for us.
Dabo, it's Pete at AP. Dino had said he doesn't know what it is about these games when the Orange play the Orange. What do you think it is about Syracuse that kind of keeps it tight when maybe it doesn't look like it should be on paper?
Well, that's where everybody needs to remember the game's not played on paper. Game isn't played on paper. These are young people, and both sides want to win. I think both sides our guys have a lot of respect for Syracuse, and they have a lot of respect for us. And both teams playing hard. And at the end of the day, again, it's a 4-quarter football game. And when the clock ticks 0, you win by whatever it was, 26 points or whatever. And, we walk away with the win, and we move on to the next one. But they're all tough. Every week when we show up, we know we're going to get the best effort from every single team. And we've had some tough games with these guys. We've had some that weren't very close. But they're always ready to play, and they play hard, they play tough, and they're well coached.
Dabo, Larry Williams here. How much did y'all miss Tyler Davis today, particularly against the run? And what's the status on him?
Yeah, he got rolled up on Wednesday at practice, so he wasn't able to go. So hopefully he'll be back sooner than later. But anytime you don't have a great player, you miss them. But hey, we don't sit around and cry about it. Next guy's got to be ready to go play, and Niles and Brzee, got in there and got most of the snaps and did a good job for us.
Coach, it's Trevor again. The fake punt that you executed, that Spires ran for the first down. Just curious, what led you? Did you feel like you needed a little bit of momentum there, or did you see something on film with Syracuse that led you to believe you had a good shot at getting that?
Both. Something film study, but also, I just felt like we're just playing a little tight, and we just needed to loosen up a little bit. I thought it was there, based on film study and based on what I'd seen earlier in the game, and they executed it well. So, it was disappointing we didn't go down and finish and get the points, but it created some good field position for us.
Hey, Dabo, it's Anna with Clemson 24/7. As far as the energy level, did you think it was off at all to start the game?
I thought we got up 17-0. I thought we went right down the field and scored on the opening drive. So, you know, I just want to make sure I'm at the right press conference here. We did win the game, I think. Make sure I'm at the right spot. Am I in the right spot? Okay, just want to make sure. I think we won the game. I think we won it. So, you don't usually score 47 points if you don't have the right energy. You know, we made some mistakes. It's easy to, it's not energy when you just don't make a certain play or, snap the ball over a head. That's just, you just didn't execute. But at the end of the day, it's not easy to win. Mistakes are there's a lot of teams out there that would have lost this game with the amount of some of the mistakes that we made. But we won the game by almost 4 touchdowns. So I think this is the right press conference. So I just want to make sure, because I'm not getting any questions about, are you proud of you guys for winning the game? It's all about, there's a lot of negative questions. So you're not going to get any negative stuff from me.
Coach,
Hey, Coach, this is Chris. Sorry.
All right, Chris, go ahead.
Sorry. This is Chris Hall with Clemson SI. A little bit of good, a little bit of bad from special teams today, but how would you kind of assess them overall? And, of course, you mentioned Spires with his good putts today, but overall, how do you assess them?
Well, first play of the game went about 60 yards on a kick return, and boom, we scored. So it was really good. We punted the ball amazing. BT's been great all year with his field goals. I know he missed one, but he hit it good and came right back and made the next one. Again, Spires is punting the heck out of the ball. We executed a fake. I mean, we didn't do our job. Very basic, like day one job on the block punt. That was bad, and so that's just a very simple thing. We gotta just gap down, and if we do that, we're in good shape. If you don't, then that's what happens. So it happened. That was disappointing because they got a score out of it, but we'll learn from it and we'll make it better. There's no perfect coaches. There's no perfect players, but at the end of the day, man, it was a great win for our guys. These guys have won a lot of ball games, and I thought we dominated right there at the end of the third quarter and into the fourth.
Coach, it's Trevor again. I've got a positive one for you.
Good. Anybody see anything good out there? Anybody make any good plays, good runs, good catches, good tackles? Anybody doing anything good?
Well, Syracuse was number 1 in the nation in turnover margin coming into the game, and I know that's always something you talk about, but how much of an emphasis was that going in for you? And it just seems like your defense is creating turnovers at an all-time high rate right now.
Yes, it was awesome. We're +3. I think we were +4 coming to the game, so I think that puts us at +7. And I think Syracuse was +11 coming into the game, so they're 12. So we're moving up, and it's just good preparation, good positioning. You keep seeing the same guy Nolan show up a lot. He's so smart and always in the right spot and so prepared week in and week out. And we got pressure on the quarterback, and we're able to create that fumble and good hustle, good effort to get the scoop score. Good same thing. Good preparation, good positioning by Mike Jones, and then just a well executed technique by Jalen. First of all, getting the guy down, and hey, we gave up a big play. Well, what are we gonna do about it? You still got to score, and he comes right back, and they run the little corner route, and he reads it perfectly, plays great technique, steps right in front of it, and here we go. So, just a lot of good things, and again, good. It all goes back to preparation, and then just relentless effort. Relentless effort, pursuit, knocking the ball around, and these guys they play hard, and we made a lot of mistakes on defense today too. I mean, for sure. I know we're not going to be pleased when we look at the tape and see some of the big plays that we gave up. But that's how we coach too. I mean, again, there's no perfect coaches or players. There's nowhere anywhere out there. So hey, we won the game. We celebrate that. Now let's go learn from it, and let's keep getting better. That's what it's all about. And I know this team will do that. We'll grow from this. It's good to win the game, but but also good to be challenged a little bit to have to really focus in and on some of the precision in what we do.
Hey, Coach. Lawton Swan with Clemson Sports Talk. I know being a former wide receiver, you had to like E.J. Williams sort of setting the edge there for Amari on one of his big plays. And how valuable is really the experience of some of these young wideouts, getting that physicality on the edge that you guys like?
Yeah, well, first of all, it was good to get in God. I thought he had his best week, and it was encouraging today because this was really, to me, the first game that I felt like, or he felt like he was really able to kind of push and go. Should have had him on a touchdown. He did a nice job on one of his releases, but he'll bring a lot to us if he can just continue to stay the course. And so that was the first thing. And then EJ's just getting better and better and better, and gaining confidence every single day. That was a really nice block, a well executed, X block right there. With he and the tight end to kind of set an edge and create some angles, and then Amari creased it. So that was a nice play, and he had a nice play up the sideline as well on a little conversion route. So, I'm proud of EJ. He's coming. Amari had another nice game. Had a couple big plays that he expects to make and can make and has made. But today we missed on a couple of them. But he also made a lot of really nice plays for us. So again, those guys are growing up. And when it's all said and done, it's going to be a really good group.
Coach, this is Travis Boland with Clemson SI. Can you describe the momentum shift, especially on the sideline after the score?
Say that one more time.
Can you just describe the momentum shift, especially with those guys on the sideline after the scoop and score? Oh,
yeah, it was a huge play. I mean, you're battling hard right there at that point, and that's why it's you have an offense and a defense and special teams, and teams win championships. Offenses don't win, defenses don't win, special teams don't win. Teams win championships, and you got to play for 60 minutes or however long it takes to finish, and you keep playing. And sometimes you get into some tight games and you get beat. Sometimes you get into some tight games and somebody steps up and makes a spark play to kind of get you going a little bit, and that was definitely a great play for us and good energy, and the guys were excited about it and excited to go right back, after that and go play again. So that was a big play in the game for us.
Hey, Dabo, it's Will from Insider. Just curious, when you see Travis coming in and out of the game like that, even though he's playing hurt and he keeps coming back in, how much does that help you, especially with the younger guys, and knowing how to, hey, watch this guy, how he shows how to, sticks with it, doesn't give up, comes back and helps his team?
Nobody's going to ever question Travis's toughness. He's as tough as they come and committed. And, I think he had 19 or 20 touches and missed a whole quarter. So he got some good work in. And again, it was hot out there. Unfortunately, this guy, he cramped up, and they had to take him in and give him an IV. But that was, as he was leaving, he was just, I heard him talking to the trainer, saying, hey, I'm going to be able to come back, right? And I didn't know when he was going to come back, so it was a big shot in the arm for us when he got back out there at the beginning of the fourth quarter and made a couple nice plays for us. And at the end of the day, finished up with 3 nice touchdowns and, good day's work.
All right, with that, we're going to conclude today's press conference. Appreciate you all joining us, and we will see you all on conference call.
All right, appreciate it.